Hi, I'm James from James Does Things, and in this video I want to talk to you about the 5 classic eBay seller scams that you need to be aware of if you're buying things on eBay. Now in a minute I'm going to discuss each scam in detail and I'll show you some examples. We're going to jump into my computer, but first to explain what the scams are. Okay, so the 5 different scams are: the first one, which is probably the rarest one, but it's the one that gets the most headlines, and that's the empty box or the picture scam. The second scam which is probably the most common, is the fake item scam. That happens all the time. The third one, which is probably the most devious, I would say, apart from possibly the empty box scam, is the attic find sort of job lot scam. The fourth one I'm going to cover is fake gold, and just gold generally, and also it covers some other precious metals, but gold in particular. And then the fifth scam is kind of not really a scam, but it's something to be aware of, and that's the dropship. It's not really a scam, but it's drop shipping, so we'll talk about that as well. Okay, so for the first scam I want to talk about, I'm just going to touch on this one because it happens so rarely, and I actually couldn't find a proper example of it. But it's the empty box or the kind of the picture of a thing scam. This made the headlines a few years ago in the UK when this guy, I won't show you the actual websites it's on, but this guy basically, he paid £450 for an A4 sheet with a picture of a thing on, and lots of other people since have been sort of scammed into buying empty boxes that they think have got iPhones in, and to the extent that eBay have actually banned the sale of empty boxes, although it is still possible to find them. Basically, like here, I've just found this PlayStation 1. Here, someone said PlayStation 5 original box packaging, no console games inside. So they're being honest. They're not trying to scam you. But if you see a PS5 with like no bids on it and it's at £15 with a few hours to go, just double check. That's all. It's more of a kind of, if it's too good to be true, then there must be something to it. So in this case, it's still easy to miss this. You have to read it twice, then you say, right, that's why there's no bidders at £15, £16. So I won't say too much more on that. Okay, so the next scam is the fake item scam. So this one happens a lot. To be fair to eBay, they have clamped down on this, and it was a lot harder to find examples of this than it was, say, a year ago. I've picked on Pokemon cards here because that is quite easy to find. Here you can see you can buy like 100 of the kind of the rarest, shiniest Pokemon cards that might cost, I sell quite a lot of Pokemon cards, and I sell sort of cards like this for anything from sort of £3 to, I think the most expensive one I've got might be like £30. So to be able to buy 100 of them for £10 is just completely bananas. So you can go on AliExpress right now and see this for sale. And thousands of other examples of this one in particular. This one's actually from China. I'm not going to say I've never done it myself. I've never done it with Pokemon cards, but Lego is another very common one. A couple of years ago, you would see lots and lots of Lego examples with Marvel characters in particular, things like that. Sort of anything where there's the franchise or a movie tie-in. There'd be what they call compatible figures and things like that. So some people know they're buying fake stuff and they're fine because they're going to give it to a child who's probably going to wreck it anyway. So and I get that, and these people, like, if we click on this listing, I'm not going to pick on this seller too much. They might well say in it, no product, normal toy card, same picture without serial number. If you mind this, do not order. So they're not saying this is fake because they can't, but at least they are being honest. Like, this isn't the real deal. So it's not a scam in the truest sense of the words, but it's not it's not real. It's not the real thing. And if you if you want the real deal and you see it for the cards cost a penny each or whatever, or even 10p each, then just be aware that it's not real. Just have a look, do a bit of research, do a bit of homework. Again, the whole, if it's too good to be true, there's something wrong, then that's the best guide, really. Okay, the next scam we're going to talk about is the I found it in the attic job lot type scam. It didn't take me long to find one of these at all. and this is pretty sneaky, honestly, and it's because I'd say partly because of the age group that it targets. So this is a tin of coins. I used to buy old coins a lot, and if I saw these coins, if these coins were real, that's probably meant to be a double sovereign. So that's fake, that's fake, that's fake, that's fake. That little one there on the left is probably real. That one with the 3 on the threatening bit is probably fake as well. That Mondi 4 piece at the back is probably fake. There, see that's worth quite a lot of money if it's real. So there's a possibility that the 4 and the 3 there, the 3 pence and the 4 pence are real, but I suspect they're not because they're both very, very valuable coins. So what they do is, and I've seen this with this works with jewellery as well, people basically put all the other coins behind it are virtually worthless. None of them are silver. Is that 33? Okay, so that 1933 silver 3 pence, that is actually, or is it 55? If it's 55, okay, if it's 33, then that'll be 40% silver, that tiny coin there. That might be the only silver coin in there. 36, that is silver if it's real. But basically, there might be like £2 worth, £2 Great British pounds worth of value, and then the bulk of that is fake coins. Now, if you're a coin collector, or if you're an older person and perhaps your eyesight isn't as good, or perhaps you're just not, if you're not as sharp on spotting fake coins, then you'll think like that's worth hundreds, that's worth 50, probably 100, that's worth probably 1,000, and that's worth, if it's meant to be a half sovereign, that's probably worth 200 if they're real. So you look at that and think, well, there's probably 1,500 quid in that tin. Of course I'm going to pay, I could pay £100 for that. And there's quite a few of these around, and I saw one today that already had a similar sort of setup, which was going for £33 already, and that still had like a day left on it. So this one, I mean, this is, in my opinion, okay, you pay £4 for postage as well. Like, this is probably, like, there's probably £2 worth of coins in there. Let's just see if he says. So, includes some silver. Yes, it does. 6 fakes. So the crown. Oh, the quadruple sovereign, the quintuple sovereign. Right, the sovereign. So that's the massive gold one. Okay, so the 4 pence and the 3 pence, they're the Mondi money. They're both fake as well. So yeah, so basically, with the exception of this one in that corner, everything else is fake. This is really sneaky because I think you just have to look at the sold listings. So there's another one there, that's fake. So fake, because that's a trade dollar that's been stamped, a captured one. So that's kind of doubly valuable. One, because it's massive and collectible, and then secondly because it's been stamped. That's like a War of Independence thing, I think, or I can't remember who stamped or if it was Chinese. But it's those 2 coins would be really expensive. So, and again, there's 5 people bid on. 5 people are getting potentially mugged off by that. So it's very. There's another one there, another one there, another one there, another one there. So and there's lots of these. Okay, some of them are only going for £1. That one's at £12. I mean, some of these other ones are real. That's fake as well. That's. You only have to look at the sold listings. That's £16 to see. Okay, there's one. £32. 20 minutes left, and let's have a look. So that's fake. That probably is fake because 1933 is really rare, and that's not valuable. These are worth absolutely nothing. So yes, they are being honest. They might not be breaching eBay's rules because they're being honest. I think they are, because I think there are some rules about fake coinage. But basically, I can guarantee that the people, there's probably, again, the coins in the background, there might be £3 worth of value in those coins behind these fake ones. I'm assuming those fake ones are worth absolutely nothing. There might be £3 worth of value in the other coins, tops. So whoever's buying this is getting a really bad deal, in my opinion. If somebody likes fake coins and they don't know about AliExpress and how easy it is to buy fake coins, then fair enough, maybe they can say things, but I just think that's really sneaky and it's something to watch out for. Okay, so the next scam I want to talk about, it's not always a scam, but it's more, I would say, on eBay, misleading titles. Often the rest of the listing will back it up and tell you exactly what it is, but it's just something to be aware of, particularly because a lot of people don't know that much about gold and they might go buying a present. It's actually Valentine's Day soon. People will go buying jewellery and thinking they're getting one thing and actually they're getting something completely different. So just looking at these listings here, so I've typed in gold necklace. It's pretty generic. So the listing at the top there, the first thing that gives this one away, this isn't a scam by the way, because I looked at this one earlier. This is a 24 karat gold necklace. Singapore isn't where it's come from, the Singapore style, that's the style of chain. This, I looked at this one earlier, like I said, it is a proper business, there's nothing wrong with it, but 24 karat, it's a little bit misleading. 24 karat is the plating, so this is a gold plated necklace. So 17 to 33 is what I would expect to see for kind of a good quality unbranded gold plated necklace, and in this case this is actually I won't go into the listing, but this is actually a sterling silver necklace which has been gold plated, which is good. I mean, sterling silver is good quality, and that's actually not bad. That's not a bad price for a sterling silver necklace. 24, just you know, 24 carats is like, that's pure gold. So you can plate stuff with pure gold, but you can't make jewellery out of it because it just snaps. So whenever you see 24 karat gold, that means it's plated. And there's lots of other different terms you'll see in jewellery. So there's plated, there's another one you'll see is filled. So this one here, 9 karat gold belted chain necklace, that's 350 quid for 9 carat. So 24 out of 24 is like 24 out of 24, that's like 100% gold. So this is significantly less, it's less than 50% gold. It's like 37% or something like that. So but that looks about right to me without going into looking at it. About 400, 350, 400 quid is what I would expect to see around Valentine's Day for a solid gold necklace. Coming further down, so £20, say £20, 18 karat gold plated. So 18 karat is usually expensive sort of jewellery, for in the UK anyway. UK you get 9 karat gold and 18 karat gold. In other countries you get different things. So I think in America you get 12 is quite a common one. 16 is another common one. My wedding ring is actually 14 or 16. It's Ukrainian, bizarrely. So coming further down, okay, so that's again those kind of prices. 9 karat gold, that's fine. What I'm actually looking for, okay, there's a gold plated one. What I'm actually looking for is a gold filled. There you go. Now you get filled gold and you get rolled gold. Now sometimes they state it quite explicitly, like this one. This is a gold filled thing. It's not the same as plated, it's a different manufacturing, but it's kind of, it's a tube with a thin, made of gold, like a thin tube, and then it's been filled with copper or something. So it's and then, but sometimes it's not always made with pure gold. It might be like 9 karat gold or 18 karat gold tube filled with stuff. So the I mean, that is dirt cheap. That is really, really cheap for a gold. Again, it's not a scam because it's, it's dirt cheap. It's really cheap, but it's just something to be aware of, because sometimes you'll see, and I haven't seen many examples of it, but sometimes you'll see really expensive stuff, and when definitely overpriced stuff, and when you look at it in detail, it's actually not pure gold. It's not what it says it is, or it's not even silver. It's it's just steel or this gold filled. So there's not too many scams that I can see here. I have seen stuff in the past, but again, I think eBay's probably clamping down. But it's just something to be aware of. There's other gold scams which I'm going to show you now, but this is the jewellery one. So just before you go buying jewellery, do a bit of homework, find out what, in the UK you'd be expecting to see 9 karat gold or 18 karat gold if it's proper gold. Sterling silver is like the sort of standard silver one, which is 92.5% pure. Anything else, if you live in a different country, just have a look. I know America has different standards. have a look, find out what those standards are, because carats in the UK for gold is like, it's a percentage of the purity or it's a fraction of the purity, whereas a carat can also be an actual weight, like grams, or for gemstones. So just get to know your sort of gold standards, as it were, and hallmarking standards in your country before you go buying the jewellery. The good news is, obviously, with eBay, if you do get scammed, if you find out quickly, you can send it back. So that's the good thing. Right, it doesn't only apply to necklaces, so we're going to have a quick look at something else now, which also applies, and it's kind of specific to gold and silver, I would say, especially. Okay, so the other type of gold fake gold I want to show you is the gold bullion. So this is actually one of the first things I tried selling on eBay probably 10-12 years ago now, and it was fake 1 gram gold bar. No, sorry, real 1 gram gold bars, and it really frustrated me, because then there were a lot of fake bars. Like here, actually, the second thing in the list is a fake gold bar, but they're actually saying it's a prop. The thing is, these cost about 50p or a pound. These things, because I checked them on AliExpress, and you could order them for like about £1 each, sometimes less, on AliExpress. So somebody's making a good bit of profit there. These ones are all real. So yeah, a few years ago, 1 gram of gold, I was selling it for like £30-35, and obviously the price has gone up quite a lot. So it's been a lot harder to find examples. I'd be interested to see. It does also apply to silver, and again, I think it's something eBay have clamped down on. So here we go, German silver bullion bar. I suspect this isn't real silver at all. You will see things like Tibetan silver, which isn't silver. It's like zinc or something. German silver, so it's copper with nickel. I think that's probably the same as Tibetan silver. So again, that's not real. Okay, yeah, fair enough, they're being honest about it down here in the small print. But in reality, that says it's 1 troy ounce. Okay, so it's German silver there. But if you don't know about different kinds of silver, you might think that's probably, a 1 ounce of silver is probably worth, I don't know, 30 odd pounds, if not more. Again, it's a long time since I checked the prices. But whereas that is worth nothing, basically, it's worth, like, you probably buy that for £1 again on AliExpress, maybe £2. So it's definitely not worth £9. Again, if it's worth £9 to you, if you like it, then that's fine. Go for it, knock yourself out. But it's not. So yeah, 1 ounce for a 1 ounce bar, you'd be okay, it's 1 ounce hand poured bullion, 30 odd pounds. That looks about right. That's what I'd expect to see. I did actually buy some of these pure bars a while ago. They're quite nice, and it's from a company in Scotland, so they're quite decent. They're the real deal. If you've already bought something and you're in doubt, you can always weigh things, and you can check online to see how much stuff. A troy ounce is 31.1 grams, which is different to a cooking ounce, which is also known as an AVP ounce, which is 28.8, something like that. So straight away, they always get the weights wrong, because if you want to fake to fake gold with any kind of amount of accuracy, you actually need to use tungsten. That's like closest metal, I think, which is very expensive on its own anyway. It's not as expensive as gold, but it's still, and it's hard to work with because it's absolutely rock solid. So trying to fake gold well is expensive, and it's rarely done. Whereas usually what they will do is just get some steel and steel ingots and buff them up, or brass to fake the gold with, which is a lot lighter. So the weight is always the quickest thing. You can buy, if you're worried about jewellery you've bought, so you can buy gold testing kit. So you can buy these liquids that you pour on to test stuff. You can get, I don't know how good they are. I went to a jeweller's with something that I bought off eBay once, and I went into one shop and they wouldn't look, just because it looked a bit fake, they just said that's fake, get out of my shop. I went to another shop and they actually zapped it with a laser. They were a bit more professional, and they said, yeah, it is sterling silver. It's not hallmarked because it was from like Turkey or somewhere, but it's the real deal. So their laser, he told me their laser thing, because I asked him about, I said, is that accurate? And he said, yeah, it costs £1,200. This laser is accurate. I don't know how accurate that'll be. That's a gemstone tester. Sometimes just a magnet. If you're buying something and it only costs a few pounds and you're a bit dubious about it, then a magnet. A lot of stuff will be iron based, iron or steel. A magnet won't pick up stainless steel, or I don't think it'll pick up brass or anything like that, but certainly ferrous metals, so basically steel. A magnet will show you. So yeah, so gold, again, just do your research, get a feel for prices before you go shopping. Again, if it's too good to be true, it's not right. Just think twice, do a bit more homework. Okay, so now we're going to move on to the next one. Okay, the last thing I want to touch on is it's not a proper scam in the truest sense of it, but it's still something you need to be aware of, and it's getting a bad deal, and that is the kind of the dropship scam. Like I said, not really a scam, but it can be frustrating. Dropshipping is essentially where you list a product for sale on price on eBay, knowing that you can source it from somewhere a lot cheaper, and basically you don't store the product, you don't have it. It's not like the sort of stuff that eBay was meant for, which is like selling your own stuff. Okay, so just to give you an example of the dropshipping, I've come over to the range here. I just typed in bunk beds, and the first one, the top of the list, I thought I'd try and find this one. So it's a Camden bunk bed in anthracite black, and if you come over to, that's all I typed in eBay was bunk bed anthracite. Straight away, Camden anthracite, and this one is £370. I did try it once briefly with AliExpress, but I didn't stick with it, just because I think with business, if you listen to a lot of successful business people, they'll say, if you're going to do well in business, play the long game. Think, how's this going to be in like 5 years, in 10 years? What's it going to look like? And literally, if you go down this kind of dropshipping route where you're dropshipping high street retail stuff, then you're going to get bad feedback, and it's not going to go well. So yeah, so that's it. As I say, not all dropshippers are bad. Dropshipping from AliExpress to Shopify, a lot of people don't know about AliExpress. If you just think about maybe your parents or something like that, lots of people do know about them. I've known about them for a long time. But so it is, you can say, okay, it is legitimate. People don't know about that place, so it's fair enough that you should make a bit of profit and bring these products to them. So I'm not completely anti dropshipping, but it's like, I would be annoyed about that if I paid £70 or £60. What was the other one? £310. So it's £310, and I bet that's free shipping as well. So if I paid £310 for that, or if I paid if I paid £60 too much, I'd be annoyed. They'd be getting some bad feedback. So that's it. If you think I've missed anything, if you think I've missed any scams, please do. I bet I have. Please leave me some comments. Let me know what you think. Let me know which scams you've experienced or heard about. That'd be great. And I hope you found this useful. Please leave me a like and consider subscribing. Thanks very much for watching. Bye bye.